Welcome to the podcast, where today we're diving into an intriguing topic, the thought processes of AI. More specifically, we'll explore how we can visualize and understand how an AI like R1 processes information. This is not just dry tech talk, it's a fascinating journey into the mind of a machine. Imagine you've just asked R1 a question like, describe how a bicycle works. What happens next is pretty cool. The first step is saving the chains of thought as text. Think of it as capturing a stream of consciousness, just like you might jot down your own thoughts while brainstorming. But here's where it gets technical. This text is then converted into something called embeddings using the OpenAI API. Now, embeddings can sound super abstract, but they are essentially numerical representations of ideas. It's like translating our words into a language that machines can understand. Once we have our embeddings, we can plot them using a method called TSNE, which organizes these numbers into a visual format. It's a bit like sketching a map of someone's thoughts. So, what does this map look like? Well, imagine a graph that illustrates how R1's thoughts transition from one idea to another. It can show us the distance between thoughts. There's actually a graph that captures these consecutive thought distances, helping us see when the AI jumps from one idea to another. It normalizes those jumps between 0 and 1, making it easy to spot when R1 is thinking hard or when it's in a more stable phase of reasoning. Now, a fascinating observation from this graphing technique is the identification of different phases in R1's thinking process. You'll find a search phase, characterized by large jumps or shifts in thought, followed by a more stable thinking phase, and then a concluding phase where thoughts start to solidify. Isn't it wild to think about how AI engages with ideas like we do? Let's dig deeper with some prompts R1 has addressed. For instance, it could tackle questions like, how should society balance individual freedom with collective good? Or what makes a good life? These prompts not only guide R1's thought process, but also reflect human curiosity and philosophical exploration. As we explore the intersections between human thought and machine processing, it raises some compelling questions. For example, how does R1 decide which thoughts to link together? And what does that mean for our own understanding of decision-making and creativity? Before we wrap up, I have to share how you can dive even deeper into this fascinating world. If you're curious about the chains of thought we discussed, there's a structured way to access them. Using a simple script, you can extract data that illustrates this entire thought journey from R1. Just imagine the insights. As we conclude today, it's clear that understanding AI's thought processes can illuminate not only how machines learn, but also how we, as humans, construct our own understanding of the world. So next time you think about AI, remember, there's a whole universe of thought happening beyond the screen. Thanks for tuning in, and keep pondering the intricate dance between human and artificial intelligence. Who knows what questions the next exploration might spark in you? Until next time, stay curious.